in the same spot I always am. Right now I'm actually currently editing one of my vlogs. But this morning I had to put my big girl pants on and call the mechanic. It's Monday morning, so it's been tomorrow on Tuesday is going to be 2 weeks since I brought my van in. And basically, I have not heard anything. They said 4 to 5 days, which was last week on Tuesday or Wednesday. Gives them a few days to put the shocks in. It's not a difficult job. It's very simple, straightforward. It should be a quick job to do that. So this morning I called and I was like, hey, it's been 2 weeks almost since I've heard an update. What is going on? I need my van back. Guys, I'm leaving in like 3.5 weeks now. Like, I have stuff to get done on my van, especially this weekend. Friday, my dad has off Friday and Monday, and so we're gonna take this weekend, these 4 days, to do a lot of my van build, and so I need my van back. And I work Saturday at like 4, so like there's a little section, but we can still work on it a majority of the morning and early afternoon. Anyway, so I was like, I need my van back. I should have gotten it back last week. At least last Friday is when I was expecting to get it back. Still hadn't heard anything. This morning I called and I was like I said, put on my big girl pants. And I was like, hey, I have not heard an update in almost 2 weeks. I also need my vehicle back. I have been out of a vehicle for almost 2 weeks now. It's going to be over 2 weeks by the time I get it back. What is going on? I haven't heard a thing. You would have thought, oh, parts are behind, we'll give her a call, anything like that. Have not heard a thing. I was like, what is going on? And basically, he was like, we're waiting on a bolt. Or it's like a nut or a bolt. I forget which one he said, but it's one of those two. He's like, we're waiting on a bolt. We have everything else, but the bolt isn't going to come in until Thursday. I said, are you getting it in? Right, are you getting my van in as soon as you get the part? And he's like, yeah, we have a morning shipment on Thursday. If it comes in on that one, we'll get it done the afternoon of Thursday and you'll be able to get it. If it comes in the afternoon shipment on Thursday, then they'll get it done first thing Friday. I was like, okay, because I need it done by the end of the day Friday. I need my vehicle back by the end of the week. And it was very scary because they're very big manly mechanics, and they scare me, and I don't know what I'm talking about, and I'm just a girl, and I had to be firm and be like, okay, I need my van back by end of day Friday. He was like, we should have called you in an update about the parts. That's my bad. It's unacceptable that it's taking this long and that we didn't call you and all this stuff. And I was like, yeah. I was almost crying, but I was like, yeah, it is. And he's like, I will give you a call on Wednesday to get a better estimate on which shipment it should be coming in on and when it's going to get done. And I was like, I need it by end of day Friday. Like, I need it done by the end of the day on Friday, because I understand that as far as like the shipment part and how long that takes, that's really pretty much out of their control. Should they have basic parts for vehicles that they regularly service on hand? Yes, they should, especially bolts and stuff. But I understand that because they neglectfully did not have any of the basic, often replaced parts on a very common vehicle, they had to order it. And so, like, that part is out of their control. The shipment times are out of their control. They said, we have all the other parts, we just need a bolt. I was like, and it's not coming till Thursday. A single bolt or whatever, like a pack of bolts or whatever they need. Everything else you have. But he's like, it's a really simple thing to do to replace the struts. Yeah, the struts on the front of my van are getting replaced. He's like, it's a very simple thing to get done. So if, like he said, if he gets it on Thursday morning, it's going to be done the afternoon on Thursday. If it's the late shipment on Thursday, that it's going to be done first thing on Friday. He's like, I have yours as a priority, that as soon as your parts come in, we're going to work on it. And I was like, okay, good, because it's going to be almost 3 weeks by the time you get it done. And I'm out of a vehicle. I need this vehicle. It's not just like, well, even if it was my everyday driver, like 3 weeks is kind of like crazy, unacceptable. That's just ridiculous. But I am going to be leaving for the summer in 3.5 weeks, which is crazy to think about, by the way. But I'm leaving the state in 3.5 weeks, and I still have stuff to do on my vehicle. I was expecting it to be done by the end of last week. It's going to be done a week later, and even then, that was a week and a half for them to fix it and everything. So very frustrating. I had to put my big girl pants on. I was freaking out the entire time, but I was firm, and I did it. Are you guys proud of me? Yes, you are. Okay, thank you. I really needed the affirmation, but yeah, so once again, another update on what's going on with my van. The van sagas continue. The van repair sagas continue. Anyway, I have coffee I'm enjoying while I'm editing, which I've been putting off editing this video since last Thursday. It is now Monday, so for a little bit, but I gotta get this up for tomorrow. So yeah, that's kind of all I got for you right now. Should we do a quick fit check? So you don't just have the entire vlog of me just talking at you guys. Here, you're on my computer right now, which is a good stand, actually. It's really nice. So I have these like wide leg pants that I have from Old Navy. I have 2 pairs of these because I love wearing these on days that I want to like get dressed, but I still want to be comfy, because they look more presentable and put together than like sweatpants and leggings, but they're still super comfy. I love them. I have a pair of my Target Bostons. These are in like a darker brown, a chocolatey brown, which I love. These ones are just more narrow than the other ones, even though they're the same like brand and everything. They're more narrow, which isn't the best, but I have them fully loosened, which helped a little bit. I have this sweater that I thrifted a couple years ago, and I don't even know the brand. It's a thrifted sweater though. I really love throwing this over stuff, and I like this for the spring because it's like, I don't know if you can tell, but it's almost like, it's a really thin, like wide knit sweater, so like air flows through really easily. So it's one of my favorite sweaters to wear in the spring or to throw over in this like summer evenings. It's really nice, and it's just like slouchy and comfortable, flowy, all of that. And then I just have a basic white Old Navy long sleeve underneath because it is cold again today. Yesterday and the day before got above 60 both days. The high for today was at midnight, but it's gonna get around 50 degrees today, so that's why I'm wearing this. We're not out of spring yet here in the Midwest, so I've got to prevail for a little bit longer. I can survive this. I don't know if I can, but yeah. All right, that is all for now. Good morning, you guys. Oh, look at me in the mirror. I just wanted to kind of show you my basic makeup routine. This is like a little less than my usual makeup routine. My usual one has a few more steps, but today I just like want to do some makeup. I did my skincare already. My face is pretty red, and it gets like that a lot of times, so I like to cover that up. It just bothers me. And yeah, and today like I said, I wanted to do makeup, but I also like don't want to do a bunch, so this is kind of like a more relaxed makeup routine. Is this gonna sit here nicely? Okay, so it's gonna sit there nicely, but I'm actually gonna have to go like that to use my mirror. How about I just tell you what products I'm gonna use, and I'll show you the after. So I'm gonna use this Kosas Beauty Guru concealer. It's in the shade 3.20, so it's got like an olive tone to it because I have an olive tone skin, especially in the summer. I will be using, I usually either go for bronzer or blush. Is this the one? Where's my other one? I literally have 2 different shades of bronzer because I get that much more tan in the summer, and this is my shade in the summer, and then I have like the coolest toned one in the winter. So I'm still using this. I'm going to be using this Say bronzer and Dew bronzer in Salt. So this is my winter shade. It just looks like that. I'm either going to do a little bit of the Rhode blush in Toasted Teddy, or this more pinky, oh, wrong side, this more pinky one. And this is Anastasia Beverly Hills in Peachy Keen. I like this one in the summer and I like this one in the winter because this is more of like a burnt red color. Let me see, it's like a more like burnt reddish color. And then, like I said, this one's a more peachy pinky color. And so I like this one for the summer, that one for the winter. This one's just warmer. My face is pretty red today, and I don't think I'm going to use any of... I sometimes use this just on my cheeks, the BB Burst by Kosas. I love Kosas. This is like more of a tint, and I really like it because it like covers everything, but like it still looks natural. And I'll sometimes use it like just on my cheeks and then my chin. I guess my face is so red today. I might use this. I guess maybe I am going to do like almost my full makeup. Because my face is more red. I don't know what's going on. I did eat something spicy. I ate some ramen with a bunch of cayenne pepper in it. So I'm like definitely hot from the spice. I guess I kind of might just go full on. But I don't really want to. I am going to use this like peachy color though. And I might just like use it up here. I feel like this should fade once I get cooled down and once I'm like running my errands. I might use this, and this is in shade 20. It's a light, medium, neutral warm. This is a pretty good tone for most of the year, especially because it's a tint. So I was like, I'll get a little darker one because like I don't want it to like make me all pale in the summer, and it'll just make me look a little bit more tan in the winter if anything. And like again, it's a tint, so it like is very like, it looks very natural. It kind of blends in with your skin. Probably use some eyebrow gel. I have the Rare Beauty one, and it's just clear. And then eyelash curler, and then I'll use the Say mascara in brown. I like brown mascara. So these are kind of the products I use. 5 steps, 6 steps. Yeah, and I guess this is basically my normal makeup routine, except I'm not going to do lips or anything today. I feel like it just fades so fast, so I never want to like waste product and just like running errands. Usually for my more relaxed makeup routine, I don't use this BB cream, and then I either go for bronzer or blush. And usually in the winter I use just bronzer, and in the summer I use just blush if I'm doing my basic routine. So this is kind of more, so it'll probably look more like 4 steps usually, but not today, because my face is just so red. But I also like just did skincare. I don't really want to upset it. I don't know. We'll see what I decide. But I'm not going to show you. I'll just show you the final product and tell you what I end up deciding to do. So yeah. Plus I'm running late to my errands that I wanted to leave like 45 minutes ago for. So I'm going to do that real quick here. All right. I finished my makeup. As you can see, I'm still red. I did not put any of this on. And like I did a little less bronzer than I normally do. Like I sometimes do it like under here just to help with like shadows and stuff, and I didn't do that. I did the concealer under my eyes and then along my nose. I did bronzer along here, all upper eyes, and then up here, and then I usually do it under along my jawline kind of. And then I just used the eyebrow gel and then the Say mascara brown. So yeah, that is the little basic makeup routine I usually do when I like want to wear makeup, but I also don't. And yeah, that's about it. I'm now going to be running a bunch of errands. I'm going to Plato's Closet for like probably the last time before I leave. I feel like my closet is pretty like sorted through. Like anything I don't take with me, I'm still gonna keep. So I'm going one last time, and then I guess I'm just gonna have to donate whatever they don't take, which is probably gonna be most of it. And then while I'm waiting for them to sort through everything at Plato's Closet, I'm gonna run across town to close one of my bank accounts because I'm just consolidating everything. I had like not a large amount of bank accounts. I had 3 bank accounts, and now I'm just putting it all in one spot, so I don't have to like worry about all these bank accounts everywhere. So I have to close one of the banks across town, of course. So hopefully by the time that's done, everything's ready to be picked up, and I can go right back across town, get my money, and then deposit everything into the one bank that I'm using now after I get my money from Plato's Closet. So it's just going to be a lot of driving around. It's going to be so annoying. I still have my parents' car too. And I like feel bad because I put off all my errands like to this week, and I like was like a hermit. I was going to say a hobbit. I was a hermit last week. I did not leave the house because I was like, I'm not going to run a bunch of errands in like the car I'm borrowing from them. But like now it's like I have 3 weeks until I leave, and so I really need to get stuff rolling and get stuff done. And so I'm like, I'm just going to have to, because I probably won't get my van back till Friday. So I'm like, I'm just going to have to run errands with their car. Even though I tried to put them off so I could do them on my own, but yeah, so I'm gonna do all of that. Y'all, I literally have such good timing. So I brought everything to Plato's Closet, dropped it off. Took forever to get all the way across town to here because it's literally like 12:30 right now. So of course it's so busy because everyone's like running errands on their lunch break and everything. Plus it's just like kind of busy all the time anyway, but extra right now. And I literally sit back down and I'm like, okay, I just went to the bank. I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's take a breath, everyone. Anyway, drove across town, stopped at this bank, and got that all closed out. Super simple. Didn't even have to, I had to sign something, but like besides that, it was super easy. The other bank that I did that at, it was pretty simple too, but I had a few more steps. So that was super quick, super easy. And literally sit back down and I'm like, okay, should I stop home? Because it's kind of in between where I am and Plato's Closet. And so I was like, should I stop home just for a little bit? And then as I'm like, okay, I'll probably just stop home then if I don't have a text back, because like you never know how long it's going to take. Sometimes it takes them like 20 minutes and I already have a text that is ready. Other times it's taken like 4 hours. And so I was like, I really don't know. I get a text, it's ready. Perfect timing, just sat my butt back in my car after running the errand. So gonna run over there, get a bunch of money from them, and then come back close to the side of town and deposit everything in the bank I'm currently using. So all of that be said, I get to drive all the way back across town again. So yeah, fun little update for you guys. I'll let you know how much they took and how much money I make, because I'm always interested. Last time it was actually really good. Like for the amount of items I took, I made decent money compared to before. So we will see. I think maybe they're raising their rates a little bit, but yeah. All right, so they took 11 things and they gave me $47.26 for it, which I feel like is really good. And like last time I sold 8 and they gave me like 30 something, like maybe like 33 or something. And like my bin is like almost empty. I never showed you the bin before, but it was like up to the top. So they took a lot, which is really, really good. They didn't take tank tops and stuff. I do remember last time though, they said that they have so many tank tops because it's right before summer. And so they're not taking them right now. She didn't say anything about that right this time, but yeah, they took a lot, which is so good. I'll just, I guess, donate the rest because I'm not going to take the time to come back. Plus, there's like not that much, and I probably won't really get rid of anything else for clothes. So yeah, very happy. I'm going to add up all of my money and then head back basically where I was, a little bit closer to home, but back the other side of town to deposit all my money into the bank. So I'm glad. 47 is really good. I'm really happy about that. Okay. Gonna count my money and head to the bank. I got my van back. It's Tuesday still, and I got my van back. They called me like around 2 o'clock after I got done with all my errands. We're back, and even better news, they told me it was gonna be $1,500, which I'd expected. Like, I knew it was probably gonna be like that. Like, that's what I was told to expect by my dad. $1,058. I saved almost $500. And it rides smooth. There's no noise. I feel like it's a little bit smoother than before. I don't think the struts were like too worn out. I feel like it was just starting. So I don't feel too much of a difference, but there is still a difference. No rattling anymore. Oh, I'm so happy. And my van's back. 3 days early.